Hello, hello, hello. Who's out there? Hi, guys. How's everybody tonight? I'm in my office. It's kind of chilly down here. I have the back door over here, which you can kind of see, that has my Kid Rock poster on it. So the heater's in there, so when the door's open, it's really warm in here. But I always turn my little heater on under my desk. I'm used to that at work too. So anyway, so I'm coming tonight because I've had lots of questions and lots of new friends and followers recently that are doing one or the other and combining the two and what should I do. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to just research this a little bit and do a live on it and talk to you. And I made some notes, so I'll be looking at all of those. Just talk to you about the benefits, hi Karen, of low carb, keto, the cons of both, and then we'll just kind of open it up to questions if you guys have any or whatever. So first thing first, if you got my text from me, let me know. So I haven't been using it a ton lately. I have two lines, and this line I haven't used recently. So I want to make sure it's still working. Let me know as you pop on. Yes, I got my text. No, I didn't, but I want one. Let me know. If you're new, then touch my nose, follow me, or friend request me. I love new friends, especially in this same genre, if you will, like people that are doing the same thing. That kind of fuels my fire. So, and share it out to your own page, share it to a keto page, a low carb page, whatever. A friend that you know that does keto or low carb. I'm going to bring some good value today, some things that some people don't even think about, especially right now because so many people are new, right? We're all just starting out. Some people are just starting out. Myself, I've been on this journey for, gosh, 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. So, I have lived them all and been up and down, and today's Monday, so how fitting, because it's kind of like I'm going to start that on Monday, or I'm going to start over. All right, cool, Karen, I'm glad you got it. That makes me relieved. Sometimes you never know, because I don't do it to myself, which I probably should, but I think, gosh, did everyone get it? So anyway, I'm glad you got it. So what we're going to look at tonight is the benefits of both lifestyles and the cons of both lifestyles. Hi, Beverly. Thanks. I'm glad you got it. So what we're going to do is, the first thing is, both of them are a lifestyle, right? But I think that one is more of a lifestyle. So low carb, to me, when I think of low carb, it's a lifestyle to lose weight. Low carb isn't a lifestyle that is going to change your world. It isn't going to give you health benefits in the big overwhelm picture, right? where keto is going to give you that lifestyle change that you're looking for. Maybe you only want to lose weight and you don't care about the inflammation. And I changed from low carb to keto because of the fact that I needed more. Low carb is great, and there are lots of benefits, but the main benefit is to lose weight. So let's just talk about low carb first, and then we'll go on to keto, and then we'll kind of talk about both. So as you're hopping on, share it out. Say, hey, I am low carb, I'm keto. What are you doing? Or you're not doing either. That's fine too. I want to learn more. I'm in a great group, and I try to tell everybody this, and I usually forget, so I'm glad I thought about it. I'm in a great group that is a keto low carb group. It is tons of value in there, recipes, value, also inspiration, and no keto police, which we love. So you can ask any question, and no one's going to some of those groups, they get down on you. You ask a question that to you might not be silly, but to someone else is silly. And thanks, Ruth. So anyway, you guys just kind of ask me questions, tell me what you're doing, those kind of things, okay? So with low carb. To start first, everyone understands that our bodies can run off of two fuel sources, right? We can either run off fat or we can run off glucose and sugar. So those are the two fuel sources. So we have to give it those two things. And that's where I say that low carb isn't sustainable for long. It's sustainable to lose weight because you're not giving it everything it needs, right? You're not giving the fuel that it needs because you're not giving it fat and you're not giving it carbs. So how is it running, right? So it is a great tool if you just want to lose weight. And I would, and I never say anything bad about low carb because I think I would rather someone do low carb than just eat normal, you know, what our society is eating nowadays. I would rather you do that, right? Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, two fuel sources, either fat or glucose, sugar, same thing. Carbs, same thing. If we would start thinking, this is the second thing that I really wanted everyone to hear and understand. We need to start eating for fuel instead of pleasure. In our society now, we eat so much out of pleasure. And I'm just as guilty of it as anybody. Ryan is too. We plan our days around what's for dinner. Where are we going to dinner? What are we doing, you know? And it's always planned. Now, our life is this. So when he says, what are we doing for dinner? He means, are you going live? Are you cooking? What are we doing? But in the big picture, that's how most people run their life. Okay, what's to eat? When are we eating? Where are we eating? You know, those kind of things. So instead of thinking of it as this, I need to fuel my body so that it has the energy to run and it has my brain can run on all cylinders and I can go. We are doing it out of pleasure. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go here. Let's go there, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't do that. I'm just saying we need to change that mindset just a little bit and think of fuel instead of pleasure. Okay. So with low carb, so let's go right into low carb first and then we'll do keto. It's quick. You're going to lose weight on it. Guaranteed. It is basically where you eliminate all processed food and you get rid of all carbs and hopefully you get rid of sugar, but you get rid of the carbs for sure. You're not restricted by a lot of things like with keto, which we're going to go into. There's a lot of restrictions. You know, there's things that you just can't have and you just can't do. And, you know, there's different restrictions. With low carb, there's not a lot of restrictions. So you have a little more freedom. It's less extreme. So it isn't about counting macros and making sure that I'm right on and using my app and making sure that I got my fat for the day. And, you know, it's not about that. It's more relaxed. Okay. And there's more options. You, like I said a few minutes ago, you're not so restricted, so you have more options of things that you can eat, and you don't have to worry about, well, I had too much protein, or I had this, or I had that. You know, you have a little more freedom with it. So those are all kind of the benefits of low carb. And for you out there that are just looking to lose weight, I recommend low carb. And then going into a healthy lifestyle from there and not getting back into a lot of carbs, but also making sure you're doing your vegetables and your proteins and all of that. The problem will come when you are not, let's say that you go back into a regular diet, but then you're also eating high carbs and high fats. That's when we have a problem. So you don't want to get into that whole roller coaster because all go gets bad at that point. So if your main goal is losing weight, go low carb. Now, some of the cons of low carb. I just talked about the benefits and we talked about the fact that it's primarily for a weight loss. It isn't a lifestyle that is going to sustain. It isn't a lifestyle that is going to give you health benefits, right? It's just going to help you lose weight. Okay, so the cons, weakness and fatigue. Because you're not supplying your body with some kind of fuel source, you're pulling out the carbs, but you're not replacing it with some kind of fuel source, right? So we established a few minutes ago that we have two fuel sources. We have either fat or carbs. If you take away carbs and you're not giving it fat, what are you giving it? So you're going to notice some fatigue and you're going to notice some, you're tired. And so you need to make sure that you're supplying yourself with something. Definitely lots of water, definitely electrolytes, making sure you got all that on point. And that's for both of these. We're going to talk about that again. 70% of humans are dehydrated. So if you're low carb, if you're keto, half your body weight in water every single day, you guys. And electrolytes, pink salt, pickle juice. I love pickle juice. I use pink salt on everything. I have pink salt, in fact, in my car. Because when I start to get a little tired, if I have a little pink salt, boom. It's because I'm dehydrated that I'm tired, not so much that I'm actually tired, okay? Let's see. You can't mess up your macros because you're not really calculating them. But like I said earlier about getting too much fat, too much carbs, no carbs, you know what I mean? Like you're all getting wacky. So you really want to just use a low carb for not a sustainable long term, just more of a weight loss, and then go into a healthy lifestyle from there. Okay. Let's see. I think I pretty much talked about all the pros and cons that I'm going to hit on. I'm sure there's lists of them, you guys, and I'm sure I'm missing something. And if you would like to know that, but these are the ones that I thought were the most important. So we talked a little bit about the hydration. So I want to reiterate that. Please, if you're doing low carb, make sure you're hydrated and that you're making sure you're not too fatigued. If you're feeling a little fatigued, then you definitely need to give yourself a little bit of carbs and give yourself some kind of fuel source. You have to feed your body what it needs, right? And your body will tell you if you listen. Listen to what your body's saying. If you're super, super tired, pink salt, electrolytes, water, and then go from there. And if you think you need a little bit of carbs, then you should do that. That's where when we get into this keto talk, and I'm pro keto because that's what I do, but but I also believe that both lifestyles are way better than the alternative. Okay, so number 2 is keto. I love ice water. Is it rare with me? It goes over, yeah, for sure. I always have a cup in my car as well, and then everywhere in the house, you know, the table, the bathroom, the bed, you know, all over. So, of course, I don't have one down here because I'm thirsty right now. That would just be too logical. All right, so keto. So keto is a high-fat diet. It is, in my opinion, and lots of other people's, it's the healthiest because of the fact that you're feeding your body the fuel that we talked about. We can only run on 2 sources, right? So if you're feeding it, one of the sources that is going to feed your brain to make your brain fire on all the cylinders and go, 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 then how can it not be the healthiest, right? And of course, there's people out there that aren't going to agree with me, but in my opinion. So when you're in keto, it is 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. Now, when I say fat, I don't mean eat bacon every day and all day. I'm not saying that I don't eat bacon every day. You all know I own a cafe, right? So, but that isn't my healthy fats of choice, okay? So I do love my bacon, but healthy fats are what we're talking about, okay? So that's where the difference is between doing keto just because it's the thing to do and doing keto to give yourself the healthiest machine that you can, you know? And one of the benefits of that, and there's a whole list, and I'm going to go over the list of keto benefits, but one of the benefits is the fat loss, okay? Because you want to get into the state of ketosis, what happens when you feed your body the fat, it turns into ketones, which turns into ketosis. And from ketosis, you go into ketogenesis, and I always say that wrong. But that could take time. And for some people, it takes longer. For other people, it's a little bit shorter. Once you get into that, you're called what's fat adapt. And once you're fat adapt, your body has recognized, your brain has recognized that I fuel this body off of fat. Okay, let's go. They're no longer going to wait. And so what happens when we're in that process of getting to the ketogenesis is that your body, your cells fill up with water. And they're waiting. They're like, oh, she's going to fail. She's going to give me some carbs. I know she is. So they fill up with water and they wait. And when you decide, nope, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to keep eating fat and I'm going to keep staying in ketosis, they give up and they push out that water, and it's called the whoosh. And that's where, number one, do not get on the scale with keto because it does not work. But for you that don't listen to me, and for you that say, Wendy, I only lost 2 pounds, then this is when you're going to lose it. And it takes a while, you guys. I wrote down here that it can take 6 to 8 weeks for you to totally be in ketogenesis and for you totally to see the whoosh. So please be patient, trust the process, and just live it, feel it, understand it, like feel that brain. The best feeling in the world to me is when I'm in ketosis and my brain fog just lifts and I just can just fire. And it's just like this, it kind of tingles. So if you haven't felt the tingle, you need to get in my inbox so I can help you, because there's a tingle, you guys. There's definitely a tingle, okay? The next thing is, I think that the benefits of keto. So yes, we're in ketosis, we're in ketogenesis. We are running, our brain is firing on all cylinders. But there's other things. Our mood's better. We sleep better. The fatigue, we're focused. And then boom, all of a sudden we're losing weight. And we're losing weight where we needed to lose weight. And so it's just, there's just so much more to this lifestyle as a healthy alternative than maybe a low carb. Because of the fact that it's sustainable. It is what we were meant to do. When we are born, we are in ketosis, right? So why is that? How can that not be where we're supposed to be? So if we come out that way, then we should stay that way. And so all of a sudden we're running like a machine, we're feeling all these things, and we can run that way forever if you choose to, okay? Some of the other things that I put down here is it will reduce your appetite. That's a benefit. You will start to, as you eat fat, you don't need so much. So then your appetite is less because of the fact that you're feeding it exactly what it needs. It's not always hungry and looking for more. Where with a carb diet, it burns it up just like that. And so all of a sudden you're hungry again. So with that is one of the benefits, in my opinion, is that it reduces your appetite. So you're not eating as frequently. You're able to introduce intermittent fasting at that point because you're able to go a lot longer without eating. And so as we maybe begin to stall, if you're doing loss, as you begin to stall, that's when you would incorporate some IF, which is intermittent fasting, because you'll be able to, because you're feeding it a more sustainable diet, okay? It improves cholesterol. So the long term of that, you have to go long term. You are going to see increasing benefits in your cholesterol. I went down on my blood medicine. There are lots of health benefits for me personally, and I don't, I'm not a doctor, but I know what happened in my body. My plantar fasciitis, gone. My hot flashes, gone. I was able to sleep through the night. So many things, I didn't have a cholesterol problem. But honestly, I know, and I have lots of people that I talk to, you guys know that, and I've had quite a few people who've had cholesterol problems. Better go to the doctor. All of a sudden their numbers they're like, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing keto. Okay, great, keep doing that. So those are the benefits that I chose for keto. Now some of the cons of keto. You overthink it. You get on the scale, you freak out about it. So because the scale will not move very quickly, people give up on keto. Don't give up. Throw the scale in the garbage, you guys. Just get rid of it. Mine's not even in my house anymore because the scale just is lies. And I was so HCG for a while. One of those things like, okay, Monday I'm going to start again. So I tried HCG. I'm sorry, I have this tickle. I really could use some water. Well, so with HCG, you do weigh every single day. So I was in that whole mindset of weighing every day. And with keto, it doesn't work. You have to wait because it just takes time. All right. I'm not saying it won't move, but it's going to take time. With low carb, you're going to see the weight fall off way faster. And it isn't falling off with keto. Don't get me wrong. It's just different. You're going to see it in inches. You're going to see it. I see it in my pictures. Huge. You guys know I've showed my pictures plenty of times. And you see it in inches. Okay. So it's harder. Keto is harder than low carb, and simply for the fact that you really have to get your macros right, and you have to be strict. You have to be right on. You can't mess around. As you guys know, I use a supplement, and that's why I use a supplement, because it is harder. Stay in that keto, stay in that realm. And so I definitely found that if I used a supplement, it really helps. And if anybody wants information on that, of course I would share that with you. But that's just my personal, and if you don't want to and you want to just use diet, that works too. I just don't want to struggle. I'm very busy, and and so there we go. Hi, I'm back. So another con is you can get constipated with keto. And so with that, I just recommend that you are making sure that you're up on your water. You're making sure that you're doing some electrolytes. That will help with the constipation. But that does kind of tend to happen sometimes with keto. Hydration, your hydration. When you're in ketosis, you get very dehydrated. So making sure you're drinking your water, electrolytes, pink salt, pickle juice. Keto flu. And so keto gets blamed for this ugly thing called keto flu. It isn't keto's fault. It's sugar's fault that you're having the keto flu. So to me, one of the things that I think about when people say, I don't want to get the keto flu, I'm so scared. But aren't you more scared that because you've been eating sugar for the last whatever, for me it was, 50 years, aren't you more afraid that you're going to have to detox? So your choices are, I'm going to go keto and I'm going to get off this sugar and it's going to be miserable and I'm not going to feel great, or I'm going to stay on the thing that I have to detox off of. I mean, that to me is more scary, right? So just bite it. Go. Just do it, you guys. It's not that bad. You can get through it. Yeah, you're not going to feel great. It's just a detox, So I do a fast, which helps me with my, if I do let sugar back in, I do once in a while. I don't want to be super strict, and that's part of the reason that I use a supplement, because I want to live my life. So if I want to have a glass of wine, guess what? I'm going to have a glass of wine. And so that's part of the reason that I've chose that path. But that's why I would recommend maybe some IF, which is intermittent fasting for you that don't know, and fasting will help with the keto flu especially, and then hydration and all of that as well. Tracking, that is a con to me because I'm too busy to track, and you have to track, especially in the beginning. I always recommend my new people track for 30 days. They don't cheat, and they track for 30 days. If you are strictly going to use food to get yourself into keto, or to ketogenesis, to track, and you cannot cheat for 30 days. If you want to use a supplement, that's a whole different story. Okay. And then that's it. As far as my cons go, I think everybody deserves keto. I think that it is the way that we are made to burn our fuel, and the like they're supposed to, changes the whole thing, you guys. I can't believe how my brain is and how I can really focus. I mean, I've always been a real good multitasker and go. But I was starting to slow down, and I was starting to go, walk into a room and be like, what am I doing in here? That was starting to happen. I was turning 50, and those were all my reasons, and my feet hurt, and the hot flashes. Yeah. Oh, so both of those lifestyles, I for all of you. If you're looking just to lose weight, go low carb. If you're looking to change your world, if you're looking to get healthy and basically just live a whole new life, I can't even explain it in the way until you are there. When you're there and you feel the feeling and you embrace the lifestyle, and you run like a machine, there's nothing like it. So that is the difference. Keto is changing your whole lifestyle and changing it for a health benefits. Carb, lose weight, and then go down a healthy lifestyle from there. Okay? So that's all I got for you tonight. I need some water, you guys. I'm dehydrated. Anybody have any questions? I did see some stuff while I was talking. I'm not really seeing any questions though. All right. If you guys have some questions, I'll go back, of course, and read all of this and comment. But if anybody has any questions, you can inbox me. If we're not already friends, friend me, send me messages, whatever. Share, of course. I made it my goal, and this has been over a year now. We just hit a year mark that it was my mission to teach everybody all about keto and low carb, both. I want to love everybody in the journey they're at, and that's kind of like, I don't want to not help you because you're low carb or you don't want supplements or whatever. I'm going to help you regardless, but of course I'm going to give you the easiest way, and I'm going to try to teach you which way is better and all of that, but I will love you wherever you're at, and I will help you. So to do that though, I need to get out there. And I can't do that by myself because Mark Zuckerman, he's got it in for me. I'm in Facebook jail every other week, okay? Because he doesn't want me to be successful, and he doesn't want me to help people with keto. So you guys have to help me. So share. And any questions, let me know. I see a question down here. Had constipation problems when I started, all my life really. Okay, not really a question. That's wonderful. No more. Yeah, I've been down that road too. All right, you guys, I think that's it. I love and appreciate you, and thank you for taking time. Today, I was trying to keep up. I was happy to be in ketosis. Let's just say that. Anyway, I love and appreciate